Hi, this is Yok Wang. In this video, I'd like to share with you some strategies and tips that you can use whenever you're practicing new piano pieces. The first one is to only practice a portion at a time. Okay, this may sound like a common sense to you, but a lot of people like to practice a lot. Have you heard of the saying, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. And this is true in any given task. Do not practice the whole piece in one day. Please, break down the piano piece you're going to learn in many portions. You will need time to digest any given measurements. Your fingers also need to familiar with the location and touch of the notes. Second strategy is to analyze the piece. You may analyze the piece by observing any repeating segments. Very often, a music piece has repeating segments. Let me give you a couple examples. Take a look at this. This piece is a standard intermediate repertoire, arabesque. Now you notice how I highlighted a couple segments here. Notice this is A, B, C, B, A, B, C, D, E, and this is exactly the same thing. This is what I call the section A. Once you practice the section, you also cover the section. And then I also have highlighted section B. This is a different section. So when you practice, you may want to consider breaking down your day into different days. Let's say you practice section A on day 1 and then section B on day 2. Here's another example. As you can see, I have highlighted these two portions here. These two are exactly the same measures. They look the same, so I call them the section A. Once you practice this, F sharp G, G F sharp, and you will also cover this part. The next strategy is what I call the chord or cadence analysis. The same chord may appear for a few measures, and this is true in any musical period. For instance, in Baroque, classical, romantic, or modern periods. If you notice a same chord is repeating for many measures, then the notes within those measures belongs to the same chords and scale. And this also helps your sight reading abilities. You get to predict the chords and notes ahead of time. Let's take a look at the example. I'm going to be using the same example here. As you notice, there's no sharps or flat in the beginning, so we can tell this is either the key of C major or A minor. By looking at the left-hand chords here, we can tell this is in the key of A minor. This is A, C, E. That belongs to the chord of A minor. And you notice how it repeats forever. Okay, for the first two measures, it keeps repeating. And if you also notice, those melody notes also start with A. So this is A minor. It also has A, B, C, B, A. A and C, they are belonging, those two notes belongs to the key, the A minor chords. And then here's another example that I'm using. This is in the key of D major. We have F sharp and C sharps. And you notice how you have D chord here, and then this is another D, F sharp, and A. A D chord here again, okay? And we also start with a D chord. Now this next section, I like to suggest you to warm up your fingers first by playing the key of the piece. Let's say you have a key of A major. Okay, if the music piece is in the key of A major, now your hands need to warm up by playing A major scale first. You need to practice and playing the scale numerous times to have a feel of A major's tone and fingering. And also let your fingers get used to playing F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp if that's the key of A major. And my next suggestion is to practice each hand separately. Okay? And this method is most useful if you're going to play pieces from the Baroque period. Music composed by Bach have many themes, and very often each hand is playing a different subject. Now practice slowly in the beginning. Speed up once you have a good understanding of the piece. This is important when you have a music piece that varies in rhythm, going from quarter notes to half notes, and then dotted quarter notes, and other things. So be sure you practice each hand separately. Important step. Do not lose your sanity. Okay? Some music can be frustrating to learn. Keep a positive attitude. Though you're practicing a small portion at a time, you are still making progress. Some advanced repertoire may take 4 to 6 months or even longer to master. Okay? Just keep a good positive attitude. Do not give up. Okay? Music can be hard in the beginning, but if you continue to practice, you will make progress. May I recommend a few of our piano courses? The first one is what I call the sight reading piano course. If you're looking to take your sight reading to the next level, I strongly recommend the sight reading course. And then we also have this technical series, what I call the hand coordination runs and fillers. If you need to make sure your fingers can handle fast tempo, and also to make it more coordinated, hand coordination course is one that I would strongly recommend. A piano rhythm is a course that I would suggest to go with the sight reading course. Very often your sight reading patterns can go hands in hand with the piano rhythm patterns. If you know how to count the different phrases and also be able to predict the different rhythm patterns, it would help your sight reading significantly. The next one is Practical Guide to Piano Playing. This is the course that covers the most asked questions by any piano players. There are more than 24 different FAQ in this course here. We cover some of the most asked questions by piano players.